I put in the chat, best Christmas gift ever. And we're on the subject of finances and how to improve your wealth. And as we're going along, there's three things to cut to the chase. Three things you have to have when you're buying a home or you're looking to buy an investment property. So the first and foremost, most important thing is your credit. And why we're talking about credit, I know it's Black Friday, and normally I do not say what day it is because it's Thanksgiving weekend. And so we don't know who's going to come live, but you're probably all doing your shopping. Now, it used to be that you'd go and wait in line for shopping and see which TV you're going to be able to get. But now we do a lot of our shopping, obviously, online. In fact, I did a couple of my Black Friday shopping items on Wednesday because they had the sales there and you can buy them online. However, you have to be really careful with your credit because you do not want to abuse your credit, especially right before Christmas and the new year when you're planning on buying a property. Whether you're planning on buying your first property or your investment property, you still have to have good credit. So the three things are, good morning. Number one is your credit. Number two is, do you have a down payment and do you have reserve funds? And I'm trying to slow myself down because I'm just stuttering all over the place. Maybe it's because Thanksgiving was yesterday and it's so exciting to come into the Christmas holiday. I posted a picture of me in front of my Christmas tree. So my Christmas tree is still growing. I went and picked it on Monday and I'm going to be able to pick it up anytime I want before Christmas. Although I was watering this morning, I thought, oh my gosh, I really do not want to kill my tree. And I was going to think about asking the Christmas tree farm, what if I leave it and let it grow for next year? I don't know how that will go, but anyway. So you don't want to just put everything on credit, and if you put everything on credit, you're going to be paying on it for the rest of the year. That's just what the heck was that? Whoa, Wilford, I just was thinking, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about that when I was walking him. I'm like, wow, I smell something. I know this is probably a stupid thing to say, but you guys all know I have Wilford, and Wilford's my dog, and I started giving Wilford and Mika, my dogs, probiotics so their stomachs would be better. And I thought, that's kind of weird that when dogs, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, when dogs fart, you don't hear them. And so I just heard this big noise, and I turned around, and it's Wilford. So right when I first thought that, guess what? They do make noise. Anyway, let's get on to the real subject of finances and learning how to buy a home and build your wealth. So the first thing is credit, and you don't want to buy a bunch of stuff on credit. So I have the most amazing, the best Christmas gift that you could ever give the person you love. You could give it to the person you don't love. You could give it to anyone in your life, and it's an amazing gift. And now I have all these things coming in showing me gifts. I don't know how they knew I was going to talk about gifts. So, advertisements. But anyway, I'm going to show the gift on Monday because I thought about it and I want to unwrap it in front of you guys and show you what an amazing gift it could be. So a while back, there was a thing called the pet rock. I don't know, most of you young people don't know what the pet rock is, but the pet rock was literally, this guy came up with, everybody wants a pet, but you have to feed pets, you have to maintain pets, and kids always say they're going to take care of their pet, and then you get them a puppy, and guess what happens? Mom and dad have to take care of the pet. So the guy came up with a pet rock, and he made millions and millions of dollars with the pet rock. And it was really easy because all he did was he made a little tiny container, and it was like a little cage, and he put a rock in there, and on it he painted pet rock. And he sold those for, if it was a small one, it would be like $3 to $5, bigger and bigger and bigger, the more expensive it got. And people had their pet rock, they took them to work, and they put their pet rock on their desk. And it was like a crazy phenomena for a while. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I have a really good idea of something that could be really inexpensive. You like that? Inexpensive. In fact, you might even be able to prepare it. I'm going to say prepare. You might be able to prepare it from home and get it ready for everybody you know, everybody you love, anybody you're thinking about getting a gift for, so you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't really have to go shopping, and it's going to work in your finances so that you save money towards buying a new home. And so talking about buying a new home, so now I'm telling you how to save your finances for Christmas, and on Monday I will unwrap mine and show it to you. And so that's number one. So don't go out and spend a lot of money. Don't do it, okay? Don't go out and spend a lot of money. Save your credit, because you want to make sure. So, like I spoke about yesterday, what you want to do is push your credit, how much you owe, down to about 20%. You could do 25%, but 20% is really good. And if you don't have the money to pay down your credit cards, because a lot of people have gotten themselves into credit card debt, if you don't have the money to pay it down, what you want to do is you want to call your credit card companies and tell them that you got a raise and your income's higher and you'd like to see if you can get a higher limit. So what you want to do is go to all your credit card companies and get a higher limit and pay them a little down so that you end up at 20% to 25%, because what that will do, it will boost your credit up. So what I do all the time is I always pay my credit cards down to at least 20 to 25%, and immediately you'll see your score change. The thing that you want to do is you and your partner, whoever you're going to buy a property with, or just yourself, you want to get that middle score, not the high score, not the low score. You want to get the middle score at a minimum of 680 if you want to put 3.5% down or do a down payment assistance program. 680 is the number. Now, if you're lower and there's no way you can get that, you can do FHA. FHA will go lower than 680, but only certain companies will do that. So you want to work with a loan broker who knows which companies they can take your loan to if you have lower than a 680, like a 620. But you really need to be at least at a 620 credit score. And that's your middle score, not your high score, not your low score, because they're going to throw those out and they're going to take your middle score. Okay, now that we've talked about your score, let's talk about your job history, because we've talked about the down payment. Who cares about the down payment? You can get a down payment assistance program. If you have a bunch of money saved, do not put that into the down payment assistance program, because I got to talk to you also about the maintenance of the home. Because once you buy a home, there's maintenance to the home. I was walking my dog this morning, and I know my business partner hates when I talk about people and how they don't take care of their homes. But this is the most important investment in your life. The better you take care of your most important investment in your life, the more it's going to be worth. Does that make sense? I think it does, right? Because if you bought a car and you were going to fix it up and sell it, so I started my flipping history with flipping my car. I bought a red convertible car that was all beat up, and it was a Corvair, and my dad collected Corvairs. And what we did was we took a class at Cypress College. I don't know if they still have it, but it's auto body. And my dad and I took it when I was 14 and a half. And yeah, believe it or not, he was able to take me to class with him. And we redid the car. And so when I was 15, my car was ready for me, and my dad taught me how to drive. But eventually, when I became 16, we sold it, and we made money off of it and bought the next car. So you want to do things that can elevate what you're doing with your investments, because you don't want to buy an investment and then not take care of it, and then it goes down. So as I'm walking the dog, I notice a lot of people don't take care of their investment. So we're talking today about finances, gifts, and are you ready for this one? Paying it forward. Because I'm going to do it with my neighbor. I'm going to knock on my neighbor's door and I'm going to talk to him about the wood around his home, because in California we have termites. And the wood around his home, it's peeling and cracking. And if it's peeling and cracking, what happens is the termites could get to it and start eating it and damaging the most important investment in their life. Now, if everybody paid it forward, just imagine for a second what life would be like if everybody paid it forward. So when I was walking my dog, I'm thinking, gosh, if I can help my next door neighbor and somebody can help their next door neighbor, and it would make the whole neighborhood a better place. And if the neighborhood's a better place, guess what happens? Prices go up. So we want to talk about making sure that when you buy an investment, you don't let it go, you don't let it go down instead of up. How about that? So one of the things is when I was talking about, paying it forward and make sure that you're doing things that, increase the value of your property and buying homes, is the thing about down payments and down payment assistance. If you're buying your first time home, you can get down payment assistance. Now, a lot of people don't know that sometimes you can get down payment assistance if it's not your first time home. Let's say that you're already living in a home, or let's say that you bought a house, I don't know, 3 to 5 years ago, and it's out of state, and now you moved into a different state and you're renting out that property. If you're not living in the property that you own, let's say for 2 years, So let's say that you have a property back east and you moved to California, or you have a property in California and you moved back east, whatever you did, and you rented that other property out and you have not lived in it for the last 2 years. You're renting for the last 2 years and you have another property, you can do the down payment assistance programs. So there's different types of down payment assistance programs out there. So you don't need a lot of money. You don't have to save up a lot of money to buy a property for the down payment. You do need some money for closing costs. However, if you have a good loan officer, they're legally allowed to give you a credit if they give you a slightly higher interest rate and you still qualify for that. Maybe the payment goes up $15 or $25. If the payment goes up a little bit, they can give you a credit towards your closing costs. So if you get a credit from your loan officer, you get a down payment assistance program, and you save some money, you're going to have enough money to buy something. Okay, so we talk about credit, we talk about buying something. Now the big one, the big wowie. Okay, and that one is your job history. Whatever you're doing, if you want to buy a property, you have to have a 2-year job history. Now, it could be a 2-year job history in sales. Let's say that you did retail sales and now you're doing a different type of retail sales. Let's say that you worked at, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good one. Let's say that you were a car salesman. You're a really good car salesman and you have interest in real estate and you decided to go into real estate and you're doing really good at real estate. Well, let's say that you have the history of being a great car salesman and a great real estate agent. That's still sales. And you tie it together and you have a 2-year history of sales. Let's say that you went to college. You went the route and you decided to go to college and you are a nurse's, you're going to be a nurse, you're going to be an RN, and you went to school for a long time to become a nurse. But now you've only been a nurse for a year, or you've only been a nurse for a year and a half. It's less than 2 years. However, you went to school for 4 years to become a nurse. Guess what? That income counts. And the cool part is you could literally, if you went to school to do a career that you're going to be doing, you could go to school for your career. As soon as you get a contract and you get your first paycheck, you can buy a home if you qualify. So there's lots of stuff to talk about qualifying for a home, but the main importance is setting yourself, I can't say it, setting yourself up to succeed, because we all want to be successful. So I'm here to help you succeed in building wealth, to understand what you have to do to get there, and to help you with the Christmas present that you're going to give to your favorite person in the whole world, so that you don't have to spend a lot of money, but it will be the best gift. I guarantee you, the absolute best gift that they will ever receive. So watch on Monday and I'll be opening up mine. Have an amazing weekend. I'll be teaching a class. You can always join us in our classes. So our classes to get your real estate license are usually on the weekend. They start at 8:30 a.m. and go to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. I'm already thinking about the Monday classes. The Monday's classes always start on Monday and go to Thursday, and they're from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. We also have videos that are for sale on our website that are phenomenal. The Steps to Success, oh my. When we started the Steps to Success class, it was live and we filmed it, thank goodness, because we filmed it. And sometimes we have sales on our videos. You might want to see what we got going on for Black Friday. And if we don't have anything and you want to check out one of our videos, let us know which one it is and we'll see what we can do for you. So be there, get yourself present, and we can help you build your wealth. Thank you for joining me and thank you for watching. I want to make sure that you subscribe and hit the like button. We'll see you on Monday to show you the most amazing gift that you could even think about if you didn't already think about it. So we'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Bye.